Hi, everybody. I want to talk a little bit about a topic that's been on my mind for a little while, the making of before and after videos, and why I don't make before and after videos. My name is Diana Kastner. I am the co-owner of Affective Dog Behavior. And typically when I give behavior advice or training advice on social media, my advice is a little bit different. And because it is different, I am urged to provide evidence on how what I do, how it works, and the effectiveness of what I do. And that evidence is typically requested in form of before and after videos. I don't do before and after videos. Absolutely not. Why? Because there is no true after. Living with dogs is an ongoing thing. And when you insert traditional training, that's also an ongoing thing. There is no after. In traditional training, trainers use tools. They have to use tools. And those tools are on the balanced side. You have treats and toys for reward. You have e-collars, prong collars, choke collars, you name it, leash pops for corrections. On the positive reinforcement side, those tools are toys and treats for rewards. Either way, whichever way you're leaning, when you build your life with a dog and your relationship with the dog, when it's built on traditional training, you have to continue that training. There is no after. There's only a before you started training and your dog under the influence of tools. That's an ongoing process. When you stop using those tools, when you stop the training, your dog's behaviors are going to change back again to whatever might be more natural to them. So why do we have to use tools? Why can't we not stop the training? It's very simple. I'm sorry, I have little cheat sheets so I don't forget anything. It's very simple. Traditional training is based on our expectations of how a dog is supposed to be to function in our world or to qualify to be in our world. Our expectations, our communication, everything goes against the nature of the dog. It goes against what happens naturally in the dog's brain. And any time when we go against a natural flow of something, we have to use tools. Just imagine you sit in a canoe, you're on the river, you sit in your canoe, you have to make that decision on which way are you going to go? Are you going to go downstream with the current? You might have to get around a few boulders and so on. Whatever it is, you're going to deal with it. But you don't have to have a paddle or a boat motor to get downstream. Somehow you're going to get there. Now, what if you decide that you need to go upstream against the current? The forces of the water are so strong that you have to use tools. You need a paddle, you need a boat motor, or somebody's going to have to drag you up there. Or you have to get out and push your boat. Either way, you have to put some oomph behind it because it is not the natural flow of the water. And so there is no after. It's just a before you started the training and then your dog under the influence of the tools. And this is also the reason why a trainer, when they send you back home or when they leave the scene, they will leave you with instructions on how to continue the training And they also leave you with instructions on how to properly use those tools. There is no after, and that's why I don't do before and after videos. So what does affective dog behavior do? We understand that our communication style is very similar with the dog's communication style. We both use body language. You have seen me use my hands a lot. So we both use body language. We both use body positioning. That is something that's forgotten in the dog training industry. We use body positioning, and we also use vocalization. Yes, dogs bark, they whine. We use words, but we can also whine. We can cry. We can cry out. Okay, so we are not that different. Our body language might be a little bit different, but it's not very different either. The only difference is that we don't wiggle, twist our ears, and we don't wiggle our tail. We don't wag our tail. So that's about the only difference. So we are really very similar. Body positioning, I want to get to that real quick. So when you use traditional training, and let's say you train your dog to heel. By training your dog to heel and not allowing them to break that heel position, you're creating turmoil inside of your dog. Because what if you're out there and there's a trigger off to the left? Your dog would naturally change position, either go towards that trigger if they're more on the reactive side, or move over to your other side and put you between the trigger and themselves. They will put you between harm and themselves. But if you have trained your dog to be and stay in that heel position, your dog is not allowed to break that heel. So now you're creating this conflict inside of your dog, and your dog's body language and the body position does not match what is happening inside of your dog. So all of a sudden, you're going to end up with a dog that might start showing down the road, that starts showing other behaviors that you deem to be problems. And now you're in that same cycle again. You need another trainer again to help you solve the next problem. That next problem might be excessive licking, it might be excessive barking, it might be excessive digging, it might be more reactivity, you name it. You name it. All of a sudden, a new behavior is going to start showing up. Because that conflict, that internal conflict, that does not, because that what's happening inside the dog's brain, and the behavior that they have to give you, those are not matching. But there has to be a release, so they find different behaviors. The brain urges them to engage in different behaviors. So what do? We communicate with the dogs on that level without the use of tools. And by communicating on that level, it's easier for us to recognize what our dog needs, and we help them fulfill that need. And there's a lot of emotional support and a lot of emotional connection, and being there for one another. So, no before and after videos. If you want to know more about, learn more about affective dog behavior, please look us up on Facebook. There are two groups. One is private, one is public. The public one is more active. Join us on Facebook or look us up on the internet, www.affectivedog.com. You could also find us on YouTube, on Patreon, and so on. And we're now creating an Affective Dog Behavior Academy, where we are going to offer online courses for dog owners. They are low cost because we want to give dog owners access to knowledge and to some skills that are more affordable, and so that you can help yourself at home on an ongoing basis and you can learn more about your dog. You all have a good day. www.affectivedog.com. Bye. Thanks for watching.